Breaking news for Social Security recipients that you won't want to miss. The Senate has just made a groundbreaking move that could put thousands of extra dollars in your pocket. We're talking about potential payments of $3,200 plus an additional $5,100 that could be heading your way. If you're wondering how this affects you and when you might see this money, you're in the right place. Stay with me because I'm about to break down everything you need to know about these life-changing payments. Before we dive in, let me ask you this. Have you been struggling to keep up with rising costs on your current Social Security benefits? Well, you're not alone, and that's exactly why this news is so important. In a historic move, the Senate has taken significant steps to address the growing concerns of Social Security beneficiaries across the nation. The proposed funding package includes two major components: a $3,200 payment and an additional $5,100 supplement, designed to provide substantial relief to millions of Americans who depend on Social Security benefits. Let's break down what's actually happening here. The Senate's decision comes as a response to the unprecedented inflation rates and economic challenges that have hit Social Security recipients particularly hard. But you might be wondering, how did we get here? Well, it all started when lawmakers recognized that the current benefit amounts weren't keeping pace with the real cost of living that Americans are facing today. Many of you have been reaching out with questions like, when will I receive these payments? And do I qualify? These are excellent questions, and I'm going to address each one in detail. The payment schedule is being structured in a way that ensures efficient distribution while maintaining the stability of the Social Security system. For the $3,200 payment, the distribution is expected to begin in the coming months, with recipients being grouped according to their current payment schedule. If you're wondering about your specific payment date, here's what you need to know. The payments will follow a similar pattern to your regular Social Security deposits, with recipients being paid based on their birth dates. Here's where it gets really interesting. The additional $5,100 supplement is being designed as a separate payment stream, specifically targeted at addressing the impact of recent inflation on beneficiaries. But there's something crucial you need to understand about this supplement. It's not automatic for everyone. You might be asking, what do I need to do to ensure I receive these payments? The qualification criteria for these payments are primarily based on your current Social Security status and income level. If you're already receiving Social Security benefits, you're likely already in the system. However, there might be some additional steps you need to take to ensure you receive the full amount you're entitled to. Now, I can hear some of you asking, is this too good to be true? Let me be clear. This is real legislation that's moving through Congress, but it's important to understand that the final details are still being worked out. The Senate's move represents a significant step forward, but there are still some procedural hurdles to clear. One of the most common questions I'm getting is about the timing of these payments. The current schedule suggests that the first wave of $3,200 payments could begin rolling out as early as next quarter. For those of you who receive your benefits on the second Wednesday of each month, you'll be in the first group. If you receive your benefits on the third Wednesday, you'll be in the second group. And if you're in the fourth Wednesday group, you'll be in the final wave of payments. But here's something you absolutely need to know. These payments are designed to be supplemental to your regular Social Security benefits. They won't affect your normal monthly payment amount or schedule. This is additional money that's being provided to help offset the increasing cost of living. Let's talk about the $5,100 supplement for a moment. This payment is being structured differently from the $3,200 payment, and here's why. It's specifically designed to address the gaps in cost of living adjustments that many beneficiaries have experienced over the past few years. The distribution schedule for this supplement will be announced once the final legislation is approved, but preliminary plans suggest it will be distributed in multiple installments. You might be wondering, what do I need to do to prepare for these payments? First and foremost, make sure your contact information and direct deposit details are up to date with the Social Security Administration. If you've moved recently or changed banks, now is the time to update that information. Another question that keeps coming up is about taxation. Will these payments be taxed? While the final details are still being worked out, the current proposal suggests that these supplemental payments would be treated similarly to other Social Security benefits when it comes to taxation. This means that depending on your total income, a portion of these payments might be subject to federal income tax. Here's something crucial that many people are missing. There might be additional requirements or paperwork needed to receive these payments, especially for the $5,100 supplement. The Social Security Administration is expected to release detailed guidance once the legislation is finalized. This is why it's so important to stay informed and watch for any communications from the SSA. Let's address another common concern. Will these payments affect my other benefits? Based on the current proposal, these supplemental payments should not impact your eligibility for other federal or state benefits. However, it's always wise to check with your specific benefit programs to understand how additional income might affect your situation. For those of you who are wondering about the long-term implications of this funding package, here's what you need to understand. This is part of a broader effort to strengthen the Social Security system and ensure it continues to serve Americans effectively. The Senate's move represents a recognition of the challenges faced by benefit recipients and a commitment to addressing these issues. Now, let's talk about some practical steps you can take while waiting for these payments. First, keep monitoring your My Social Security account online. This will be one of the primary ways the SSA communicates important information about these payments. If you haven't created an account yet, now would be an excellent time to do so. Here's another important tip. Be wary of any scams related to these payments. Unfortunately, whenever there's news about additional Social Security benefits, scammers try to take advantage of the situation. Remember, the Social Security Administration will never call you asking for personal information or payment to receive these benefits. Some of you might be wondering about the stability of these payments. Once approved, are these payments guaranteed? While nothing is absolutely certain until the final legislation is passed, the bipartisan support for this initiative suggests that some form of these payments is likely to move forward. However, the exact amounts and timing might be adjusted as the legislation makes its way through Congress. Let's discuss the impact these payments could have on your financial planning. While these supplements are significant, it's important to approach them as one-time additions to your regular benefits rather than a permanent increase. This means you should consider carefully how to best use these funds when they arrive. For those of you who receive SSI benefits in addition to regular Social Security, there might be some special considerations. The current proposal includes provisions to ensure that these supplemental payments don't negatively impact SSI eligibility or payment amounts, but it's important to stay informed about the final details. Here's something else to consider. If you're currently working while receiving Social Security benefits, these supplemental payments shouldn't affect your earnings limit or cause any changes to your regular benefits. However, as with any significant change to Social Security, it's wise to consult with a financial advisor about your specific situation. Now, I want to make sure you don't miss out on any updates about these payments, so here's what you need to do. First, make sure you're subscribed to this channel and have notifications turned on. I'll be providing regular updates as more details become available about these payments. Second, bookmark my website where I post detailed articles about Social Security news and updates.